Hello everyone, and welcome back to GoSpeakly, English podcast. I'm Sophie, and wow, January is here. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, gently, like a soft knock on the door.
Hey everyone, I'm Daniel, and yes, January is here. A new year has started, but everything feels slower somehow, doesn't it?
Exactly. The new year energy is there, but it's calm. Not busy, not noisy, just peaceful.
December was go, go, go. January feels like it's saying, okay, let's slow down now.
Yes, January feels soft, a little sleepy.
Sleepy but hopeful.
Hopeful, but not stressed. I really like that feeling.
Me too. So, Sophie, how are you feeling today, honestly?
Calm. A little tired, but happy. It feels like a gentle restart.
That's such a January feeling. I feel the same way. A new beginning, but no rush.
And that's something January teaches us. We don't need to do everything right now. We don't need to fix everything today. We can just begin, slowly, step by step.
Exactly. And today we're going to talk about January in easy, natural English. Real life, real feelings, simple words.
So, wherever you are right now, relax your shoulders, smile just a little, and enjoy January with us.
Let's begin right here on GoSpeakly.
Daniel, when you hear the word January, what comes into your mind first?
The first month of the year. It feels like everything is starting again.
Yes, January is always the beginning.
And in many countries, it starts with New Year's Day. People celebrate, they stay up late, they count down, they say, Happy New Year!
But after that, let's pause for a second. What usually happens next?
Real life comes back. Slowly but surely.
Back to work,
Back to work.
back to school,
That too.
and back to plans we didn't finish last year.
So true. January feels like a reset button.
Can I ask you something personal, Daniel? What is January like where you are?
Where I live, January is cold. People wear coats, they drink hot coffee, they stay indoors more.
That sounds very cozy. But in some places, January is completely different.
Oh, really? How so?
In some countries, it's summer. Hot weather, sunshine, light clothes, long days.
Wow. Same January, totally different weather.
Yes, different countries, different climates, but the feeling is often similar. A new start, a fresh page.
Let me ask you this, Sophie. Do you feel pressure in January?
Not really. I feel like January invites us to begin, not to rush.
I like that. January doesn't ask for perfection.
It just asks us to start. And hey, I'm curious. In your country, do you have any special days in January? A festival, a holiday, something important in your culture? We'd love to know.
You might teach us something new. Different countries, different traditions, but the same January.
And that's what makes this month so interesting to talk about. Daniel, how do you really feel in January? Not what you think you should feel, but how you actually feel.
Calm, but also a little tired.
Calm but tired. That's very January. I feel peaceful, but my body is like, wait, are we working again already?
Exactly. My mind says, new year, new start. But my body says, 5 more minutes, please.
That's so real. Do you feel excited in January?
A little. Not jumping, not running, just a small smile.
Same here. It's a quiet excitement. Hopeful, but also a bit lazy.
Yes. Hopeful, but the sofa is very attractive.
Very attractive. January makes you want to plan your life tomorrow.
Not today. Tomorrow sounds perfect.
January feels quiet, doesn't it? Fewer parties, fewer messages, fewer plans, more silence, more thinking, more time with your own thoughts.
That's why many people feel mixed emotions. Calm, tired, hopeful, a little lazy. All at the same time.
And that's completely normal. If you feel that way, you're not alone.
It's just January being January.
After the holidays, Daniel, what's the first thing you notice in January?
Alarms. Early alarms.
Yes, January means waking up early again.
Back to work, back to school, back to schedules.
New schedules can feel strange at first.
Very strange. My brain is still in holiday mode.
Same here. January asks us to switch modes from rest mode to work mode.
And new things start appearing. New emails, new meetings, new tasks.
In many places, January is when projects begin. People plan their year, they set goals, they organize tasks.
But January doesn't mean everything must be perfect.
Exactly. Many people use January to test their routine. They try new habits, new study times, new ways of working.
And if it doesn't work, they adjust.
January is flexible.
I like that. Work and study return, but slowly, step by step, day by day.
And that makes everything feel less stressful. But not everyone goes back to work immediately in January, right?
That's true. Some people take a longer break.
A longer holiday. More rest, more quiet time.
Sometimes 1 week, 2 weeks, even half the month.
That sounds really nice.
It does. But of course, it depends on the job, the country, the situation. Not everyone can do that.
And honestly, many people wish they could.
I wish I could. A long, slow January.
Maybe next year.
Smiling. January goals already.
Grounded. The important thing is, there's no one right way to start January. Some start working early, some start later. Both are okay.
January is about choosing what works for you.
So, Daniel, how do you usually start your year nicely?
I make simple plans first. Not big plans. Just small things I can really do.
That's smart. Like what?
I plan my week, not my whole year. It feels easier, less stressful.
I do that too. And I start small habits.
Like drinking more water, taking a short walk, reading a little every day.
Small steps really add up. In the next part, we'll talk more about daily habits, weather around the world, money, sleep, self-care, and why January is the perfect time to reset gently, not forcefully. So stay with us. Take a slow breath, and when you're ready, we'll continue. All right, let's continue. January is slow, but it's not empty. It quietly asks us small questions about our lives.
Yes, not big dramatic questions, just gentle ones.
Like, how do you want your days to feel? Not perfect, just comfortable.
And January gives us space to answer that.
Daniel, when January starts, what's one small thing you like to do for yourself?
I like to make my mornings simpler. No rushing, no checking my phone right away.
That sounds healthy.
I wake up, stretch a little, drink some water. Nothing impressive, but it helps my body remember, oh yes, we're starting again.
I love that. January doesn't need big changes, just small resets. You mentioned habits earlier. Why do you think January feels like a good time to start them?
Because January feels forgiving. If you miss a habit one day, it doesn't feel like failure. It feels like learning.
Yes, January has patience. You try something, you adjust.
Exactly. You don't need to be strict, just curious.
And let's be honest, January is also the month when we notice our bodies again.
Oh, yes. After the holidays, my body sends messages.
Messages like too much sugar.
Not enough sleep.
Exactly. January quietly says, let's take care of this slowly.
I try to sleep a little earlier in January. Not suddenly, just 15 minutes earlier.
That's smart. Big changes don't last, small ones do.
And food, too. More water, more simple meals. Not diets, just balance.
January is perfect for self-care. Not extreme self-care, gentle self-care. Daniel, I'm curious. What is January like around the world?
It's fascinating, actually. In many countries, January is winter. Cold mornings, snow, heavy coats.
I imagine places like Canada or Russia. Snow everywhere.
Yes, I once visited Canada in January.
Really? What was it like?
Freezing, but beautiful. Snow everywhere. Hot chocolate in my hands. Walking slowly because the ground was slippery.
That sounds magical. Cold but cozy.
Exactly. But January isn't winter everywhere.
Right. In places like Australia, South Africa, or parts of South America, January is summer.
Sunshine, beaches, light clothes.
Same month, completely different experience.
That's what I love about January. It reminds us how big the world is.
And if you're learning English, talking about January is a great way to practice. You can talk about weather, seasons, travel.
Simple questions like, what is January like in your country? Is it cold or warm? What do people usually do?
Easy questions, real conversation. Let's talk about something very real. Money.
Ah, yes. January money.
After the holidays, many people feel the same. Happy memories, but a lighter wallet.
Exactly. My bank account says, okay, slow down now.
January becomes the month of planning, saving, budgeting.
No big shopping sprees, more careful choices.
Some people write budgets. Some track expenses.
This year, I decided to learn more about personal finance.
That's a great January goal.
Not exciting, but very useful.
January isn't just about dreams. It's about practical life. And what about sleep during the holidays?
Honestly, not great. Late nights, movies, snacks.
Same. Midnight snacks and just one more episode.
Exactly. So January gently asks us to fix that.
Not suddenly, just slowly.
15 minutes earlier each night. That's enough.
January teaches us something important. Change doesn't need to be loud,
It can be quiet,
soft.
but still real.
Let's pause for a moment. If you're listening, how does January feel for you? Calm? Tired? Hopeful? Lazy?
Whatever you feel, it's okay. January holds many emotions.
Before we move to the final part, let's review a few useful words from today. Slowly, naturally.
Like real conversation.
First word, routine. Routine means your daily habits or schedule.
For example, my January routine includes tea and reading.
Second word, hopeful. Hopeful means feeling positive about the future.
I feel hopeful about this year.
Third word, slow down.
To slow down means to go gently, not rush.
Fourth word, save money.
To save money means to spend less and keep more.
And fifth, self-care.
Self-care means taking care of your body and mind.
Simple words, useful words. In the final part, we'll invite you to share your feelings, practice speaking, and end this episode calmly, just like January itself. Stay with us. All right. Before we slowly come to the end of today's episode, let's turn our attention to you.
Yes, not to test you, not to pressure you, just to invite you to speak gently.
So here's our question of the day. And remember, there's no perfect answer.
How do you feel in January?
Do you feel calm, a little tired, hopeful, or maybe a bit lazy like us? All answers are welcome.
You can answer very simply. For example, in January, I feel calm but tired.
Or, in January, I feel hopeful and ready to start slowly.
Short sentences are perfect. This is English for real life.
And here's another gentle question. What do you usually do in January?
Do you make plans, start small habits, save money, or just enjoy the quiet month?
You could say, in January, I usually organize my room and slow down.
Or, in January, I usually start new habits and take better care of myself.
See? Easy, natural, no pressure.
If you like, write your answers in the comments. Don't worry about mistakes.
Every sentence you write is practice, and practice is how confidence grows.
We love reading your comments. They remind us that we're learning together.
You know, Daniel, I really love the feeling of January.
Me too. It doesn't shout.
It whispers.
It says, you have time.
You don't need to rush.
You can begin slowly.
Warm and reassuring. If there's one thing we hope you take from today, it's this. You don't need a perfect start.
You just need a real one.
A soft start. A human start.
Small steps are enough.
Small habits are enough.
Even listening to this podcast is already a step.
And if you enjoyed spending this calm January moment with us, you can gently like this episode or subscribe to GoSpeakly, English podcast. No rush, no pressure. Just come back whenever you need calm, natural English.
And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss future episodes that help you speak English step by step.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for starting this year with us.
We hope your January is slow, gentle, and kind.
Remember, you don't have to be perfect. Just keep going, one small step at a time.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, take care.
Bye for now.